This is Leon, the Director of Alumni here at Evolution's Treatment Center. I got one of our alumni, Drea, in the house. I know some of us, you guys that are watching this, have maybe maintained a period of sobriety and then went back out. And a lot of people stay in it for a long time, and sometimes they just never get out because they don't have like that humility and courage to say, you know what, I messed up. I need to get help again. I'm glad that you got out of that and you were able to make it here to Evolution's Treatment Center.
Yeah.
And we really enjoy having you here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll let you tell these guys a little bit about your story.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Yeah, so I definitely, I had a year of clean time, working a program at the best of my ability and with a sponsor, an NA. And, I think a lot of it had to do with like the pandemic hit and a lot of the meetings were closed. For me, it's like that fellowship and like interacting with the, other addicts in recovery, like really kept me on my game.
And that's a lot of people out the pandemic. It was not easy. If you're early on in your recovery during that pandemic, a lot of people went back out. But because of that isolation and not being part of the fellowship.
And again, perfect, because they tell us in recovery, like, don't isolate, right? Like, don't isolate, and then that we had to protect ourselves.
Right.
So if you're a year is pretty new. Like it's not as new as as it can be, but it's pretty new. And for me, like my addiction started to really like fester almost in a way where it was like like the mental, emotional, and the physical came, but it started with like a little idea, and it was like, I bet you could just take one, or and you'd be good. You just needed to chill out for a while, right? And I didn't ask for help, and I didn't reach out, and I didn't tell on myself and play the tape and do all those things that that are so helpful. So I ended up relapsing. And I ended up losing my kids and my house and my apartment and my car. And, I got to a point where I was completely alone. I felt completely hopeless. Like I for the first time in my life, I felt like I had no hope at all. So it was really hard to like reach out for help at that point. But I got here somehow, So if like you're watching this and you're struggling with maybe deciding to come to detox or come to treatment, I want you to know that like we're here, like with open arms, and it's and you always think that you have like the worst thing, and then you hear somebody else, and it's just like I've said before, like there's such a sense of community here, and I'm not like trying to sell it or anything, but like if you're struggling with that decision, I really hope that you pick up the phone and like make that call, or just even tell somebody or tell on yourself, because there's hope and there's happiness like on the other side of that, and I'm like living proof of that. So that's just a little bit.
If you've relapsed, you've been in relapse for a while, have no shame. Come back. Don't let the arrogance or the lack of humility like kill you, because that's what it will do. So just make sure, just pick up the phone, reach out to me, reach out to anybody that's in recovery, so anybody that works in treatment, and we're gonna help you. We're gonna plug you back in. And I can't tell you how many times like people actually like come back so much stronger after a relapse. And, I mean, for me, I had to go to treatment like 5 times to finally get it right. But after that last one, I was like, like I hit such a bottom, you know what I mean, that I never want to go back there ever again.
It's beautiful. It's pretty powerful. So I hope this helps in some way.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, anytime.